Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Friday evening, end of a long week for me, and I wanted to do this video to highlight the CBSI Hot 10 comic list for the week. I've pretty much been getting these out every Friday or Saturday morning so that you guys have quick information on this, books that are moving, some of the reasons why, and I'll kind of share my opinions and thoughts on this top 10 list. So let's jump on into it with number 10, Sheriff of Babylon, number 1. This book came out several years ago. I bought the whole set for maybe 40 or 50 bucks. I mean, it was maybe $60. I don't know. I paid maybe $1 or $2 over cover price per issue for I think it's a 12 set run, and it was good. I mean, it's one of the few Tom King stories I liked, and I think he was drawing from his own experience. He was in the CIA. I guess he was over in the Middle East, so that's obviously he had some personal experience, and he embellished on it. Obviously, I don't think he was involved in a story just like this, but who knows? I mean, I'm sure it would be classified anyways. So Tom King writing, very good artwork by Mitch Gerards. It's a good series. Definitely a good collectible series to have in your collection. Issue number 1. Yeah, I mean, I think for a while there, this book, I mean, they had news of it being optioned over a year ago, and it jumped up to $25, $30, and it settled back down. Pretty recently, you could have bought it around $10 to $15, which I think is undervalued for issue number 1. It is still a pretty scarce book to find. I've very rarely ever seen these issues at a comic book shop. So I know they're not as easy to get as you would think. So now it's jumped up to 40 bucks. Definitely a series. I would either buy it in trade, or if you want to collect all the issues, maybe search for a deal. You probably could get the whole run for $50 or $60. Issue number 1 is the one that's of value. So, my opinion is, if you can, try to buy the whole set of 12. It's definitely worth it. And I have no idea what that's going for now on eBay, but imagine if issue number 1 is going for 40. Yeah, you're going to probably be looking at $75 to maybe $100 range for the entire 12-issue run. So I still think it's definitely a good read. And I'm not a big Tom King fan, so it's every writer has their good stories, and that's one of his. Number 9 on the list, Avengers: No Road Home, number 5. I don't know if I think this was the regular cover. It might be the variant. $10 plus for this. I've not been collecting this series. I knew Conan was going to be introduced into the Marvel continuity. I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me. I like Conan. I've been collecting the Conan series. I don't know that I like Conan in the modern day. Maybe as a story where he gets sucked into some type of time warp, that type of thing. And then he gets returned. So maybe that's what they're doing here. I don't know, but I don't know. Marvel has just not been hitting it for me lately, so I've been avoiding this series, and maybe to my own detriment. I don't know. We'll find out. Number 8 on the list is Die number 1. This has been on the list for a while, or at least the variant has. I picked this up for cover price on Midtown just maybe 3 weeks ago, so I timed that well. I was able to still buy it on Midtown for cover minus my discount, and now it's selling in the $15 to $20 range for the first printing. So it's a good series. I like it. I'll be reading every issue. Artwork in it is amazing. The stories are very good. Just a great series. It definitely deserves the props that it's getting. So if you haven't already, try to track down those issues. I don't have the Virgin issue number 1 Virgin cover. It's it's way out of my price range now. You know, $200 book. I mean, I like the series, but I don't like it that much. I'm not gonna go. There's a lot of other books I'll spend $200 on before I'll spend $200 on that. So I definitely would rather buy an older key book than to buy that. So that's my opinion on that. But definitely the first printing, yeah, 15. If you can get it for $15, I think it's worth the buy. Number 7 on the list, Teen Titans number 12. This came out, man, it's going almost 2 years now. I purchased this. I think I paid $25 for it. You know, the week it came out, it was like a $25, $30 book. So I bought the A cover right away for like $25 on eBay, and I blinked and it was like $50. So, you know, this was a book that was really tough to find cheap. I mean, I literally bought it the week it came out, and I spent $25. So, unless you pre-ordered that, that would be a tough book to get, you know, for cover price. But it's definitely worth it. First appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. Definitely a big key book now. Selling over $100 in raw condition, and 9/8 selling for close to $400. Amazing. I have the A cover and I have the B cover. I think the A cover is a little bit more coveted because it has the Batman Who Laughs on the cover. But yeah, so if you don't have that in your collection, try to track it down. I mean, you're going to pay big money. I mean, you're going to be paying close to $100 at least. So definitely worth having long-term in the collection, though. Number 6 on the list, Marvel .1, number 1. This is the first appearance of Sam Alexander. They're using him a little bit more in the Marvel Universe. I guess a 9/8 recently was 150, and it looks like it's spiked up to 225. 9/6 recently sold for a record of $400 this week. This was a book I totally missed. I don't have it in my collection. Probably not something I would go after either. Just one of those things. If you have it in your collection, you paid cover price, great. Would I go out and pay $150, $200 for this book? Absolutely not. Definitely a book that I think is overpriced, and I don't really see that kind of significance with it. So to each his own. People think that's a great book to get. By all means, go get it, but not something I would put in my collection. Number 5, Detective Comics 585. Last week you had first appearance of King Shark on, I think it was Superboy number 9, I think it was. This is the first appearance of Ratcatcher. I don't think I've ever seen Ratcatcher in a comic book series, but he's going to be in the new Suicide Squad movie. So this book is jumping. $2 to $3 book, jumped to $30. I did catch this on, was it Key Collector or, I think it was Key Collector. Might have been CBR. I think I read an article on CBR that about some of the new characters in the new Suicide Squad. So I found an online store and I bought it in near mint for $9. So $9 isn't bad. It looks like it's going for 30 now. So I jumped on it. Not super early. I didn't buy it for $2 or $3, but $9 wasn't too bad, I guess, plus shipping. So I'm probably paying $12 to $13 for it, maybe with shipping. But going for $30 now. It's a cool cover. I like it. First appearance. I don't think that character is going to be, I don't know. If you pay $30 for it now, it might go to $50 when the movie comes out, but I wouldn't chase it. Maybe look for a deal. Maybe it's in a back issue in one of your comic book shops. Who knows? Number 4, The Crow number 1. This is jumping. It says all-time highs of 2,100 and 3,000 were set, and 2 separate 9/8 signature series sold for 3,500 and 4,600. Wow. I mean, this is definitely a niche market. There's no rumors of a Crow movie coming out, not that I know of. The original Crow movie with Brandon Lee was pretty cool. I mean, it was definitely stylistic at the time. I don't know. This is a character. Don't see it popping up that much. There's not a lot of buzz about it. This is just sort of a rare book. Not a very big publishing run, and it's going for big money. I mean, it's probably scarce. I mean, maybe it certainly probably commands some high money, but I don't see a broad-based appeal to it. So I don't know. If I'm going to spend $3,000-$4,000 on a book, I definitely want an older Bronze Age, Silver Age key in decent grade versus this. That's just my own opinion, but to each his own. If you're a fan of The Crow, good luck finding that book. That'll be expensive. Number 3 in the list, Dr. Fate. Number 1, Volume 4. So this was out not too long ago, and it's kind of a cool cover. Kind of zoom in there a little bit. It's kind of like one of those shattered covers. It has that look to it. $30 book. Now it's commanding $50. I guess there's news of a Dr. Fate movie. First appearance of Khalid Nusar. I guess maybe that's a character that's going to be in the movie. I'm not too sure, but for whatever reason, that is on the list at number 3. So if you have it, congratulations. Number 2 on the list is a good old piece of crap SJW book, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Number 42, the Marcos Martin 1 in 25 variant. I don't know anybody that collects this series. I don't know any shops that would ever order 25 copies of this crap book. That's why, obviously, it must be scarce. It was on Midtown probably for $21. So you could have bought it and flipped it, and now it's going for $70 on eBay. I don't know who's paying $70 for this book. I wouldn't pay $5 for it, let alone 70. Just my opinion. It's not a quality comic book. But hey, whoever's into Squirrel Girl, chase it down, I guess. Number 1 on the list is Young Avengers number 1. This book is going for big money now. The newest trailer showed a female. It was either Kate or Casey. I guess it's not determined who it was, but this was a $30 to $40 book. Now it's going over $100 in raw condition. 98 selling for $300 to $400. I have this in my collection. I'm kind of happy that it's number 1 on the list. That's cool, but I don't plan on selling it. Maybe when the movie comes out, I don't know. If that goes for a couple $100, I might sell it. I'd rather use that money to buy an older key book. So that's the list for the week, guys. The top 10 list. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. And leave your comments. I'd like to know what you think of the list, what books you think are hot. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I'll post another video this weekend. I've got some other books to highlight. All right, thanks.